Same story here, babe.
Don't call me babe.
Hey, I said, hey.
Red, we have company.
I have a suspect.
The Royal Seal.
I'm Princess Nuala. My father died to uphold the truce with your world.
I will call upon the help of all the children of the earth. The good, the bad.
Give it up, Nasty, we can see it.
See me? How? How do you see me?
And the worst.
The Golden Army, the unstoppable force.
Oh, crap.
Kill them.
Wouldn't do that if I were you. You're afraid of me.
You have more in common with us than with them, demon.
Excuse me. Make the choice. You woke up the baby.
We can find our desires. When we start making fun,
Makes the brain feel as if time is passing at 1% its normal speed.
we get
If we play this right, we could take the whole city.
People living in the ruin of the old world. Only one thing fighting for order in the chaos. The men and women of the Hall of Justice.
Peace Trees is the manufacturing base for all the slow-mo in Mega City 1.
You know how often we get a judge up in peace trees?
Well, you got one now.
She has control of everything. Levels 1 to 200.
This is Mama. Somewhere in this block are two judges.
That's not good.
I want him dead.
We're gonna have to go through him. Rookie, you ready?
Yeah.
You look ready. Judgment time.
Let's finish this.
Mama is not the law. I'm the law. Negotiations over. The sentence is death.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Coming up on Up at Noon, Deadpool is getting his own adult animated series, we're playing with Happy Meal toys because we're adults, and we're playing Snake Pass with an actual snake. All that and more right now on Up at Noon Live.
Yo, 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 what's up, 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 what's up? I'm Brian, that's Max, this is Up at Noon, you're in the place to be. Put your eyes on the screen where they should be, watching the two sexiest men in the universe get sexier by the second.
Ugh, what a just.
That was it.
Let's do it again.
That was practicing
Real bad.
intro all weekend.
Real bad.
Hey everyone, welcome to the dilapidated McDonald's Happy Play place full of dead kids and balls.
Watch out for syringes and feces. We got a great show for you. If you're just tuning in for the first time ever, welcome. This is a weird show. We've got reptiles and junk food and toys and all kinds of garbage like that. You can watch us on all sorts of different platforms. We are on IGN's front page. We are also on IGN's YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and all the various apps for Roku, Apple TV, PS4, and Xbox One. There's something called like Bloob. What's it called? What is that thing? They keep emailing us about it. There's something else. We don't know what it is. I think we're also on Bloob.
We're not on Bloob.
We might be on Bloob.
What is Bloob? Is that like
I don't know. They keep emailing, but I keep forgetting to look it up. Anyway, if you are watching us on Twitch or YouTube, we have chat monitors up here. Yoel Severio says something I can't even read. Hyrule Squid says Fredbear's Pizza. Yeah, that's about right. The McDonald's Play Place abandoned and haunted by mechanical bears and animals. This week we are sponsored by Prey, new game from Arcane and Bethesda. That's about coffee cups that turn into spiders and try to bite you, possibly. Maybe. We've actually got a cool thing, a little bit of a kind of a study hall-esque segment about science fiction and shapeshifters and whatnot.
I'm into it.
But first, a little bit of a breakdown of what's going on this week, exciting news and whatnot, things that maybe we're not going to devote an entire segment to, but just, worth talking about to prove that we are paying attention. First of all, E3 turns, is it 20?
It's 20.
20?
Yeah.
Really?
Happy birthday, E3.
Is it 20? I thought it was, wasn't that 90? That was 95. That's not 20.
It says 20 in the teleprompter.
Oh, I think I wrote that wrong. Okay,
be real.
E3 turns 22. I wrote the wrong year. E3 happened today for the first time ever in LA in 1995. Here's a photo of what it looked like. It was not exciting at all. That's what it said. They said Electronic Entertainment Expo. It was before they even abbreviated it to E3. Inside it was very scary.
Oh my God.
There were the big inflatable animals and clowns.
What?
Yeah.
What? It
just looked a lot darker in general. Also, Nintendo had a huge martini. Just a big cup of vodka.
This was the only E3 the Virtual Boy was ever at, which apparently, this is actually really fast, because I've read about this for years. It's really fascinating to see this picture. The N64 was their big thing that year, but they put Gunpei Yokoi off to the side with his Virtual Boy invention. This is the guy that invented the D-pad.
My Virtual Boy is very sick.
And they were like, we're going to put your little boy over on the side to blind people on their own.
Brutal.
That's nuts.
Yeah. In other sort of bad news, there's rumors going around that Square Enix is going to be selling off IO Interactive. Those are the guys behind Hitman, the most recent Hitman game, which was just called Hitman, which a lot of people really liked.
Yeah.
So that sucks. But yeah, here's a picture of Agent 47 sitting in a chair. Imagine that's what he looks like when they're like, "Hey, you gotta hit the bricks, buddy. You can wear that chicken suit all you want, but it's not happening anymore."
Who will Hitman the Hitman?
Yeah. Okay. And then, of course, it looks like EA is, I don't know if downsize is the right word, but it sounds like they're kind of slowing things down at BioWare Montreal because Mass Effect Andromeda wasn't what they wanted it to be. And so Mass Effect currently, apparently, is sort of just in a similar spot where it's like, what's going to happen with that? I mean, obviously...
it was an interesting return for that franchise. I think they wanted it to be a reinvention. Obviously, a lot of baggage with this franchise here. But I was thinking about it this way. Like, what if The Force Awakens had come out and it just wasn't that great and didn't make a ton of money and people didn't really like it? Like, where would Star Wars be this year?
That's a good question. I feel like Disney would have just kind of kept forcing it. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's kind of weird to imagine that. But it's so different with a video game because it's so much more infinitely complex, and it's also a thing you're selling for $60. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's also, this game was absolutely a product of its timing. It came out around Breath of the Wild and Horizon, and Persona and Nier. And
it also came out after Mass Effect 3, which had kind of a negative reception because it had 3 different colored endings.
Yeah.
People were mad about that.
Yeah, as Damon Hatfield pointed out on the GameScoop episode we're putting up today, there have been 4 Mass Effect games, and 2 of them have sort of been mired in controversy at this point. So, not really a great track record for that franchise.
Yeah. In other news, CW announced that they are going to be picking up a Black Lightning show. I don't really follow the DC stuff, but Greg Berlanti's attached to run this. So he's been attached to all the other stuff like Supergirl and stuff. So that's the thing. He's a man who shoots the lightning from his hands. And then we've been talking a lot about kind of Alien Covenant's coming out really soon. Ridley Scott's kind of making the rounds. Last we heard, he was like, oh yes, I'll be doing 4 more Alien sequels like my good friend James Cameron. He apparently just didn't say that. He was like, I don't know, I'll make maybe 2 or maybe, I don't know. He basically just completely just trailed off and backpedaled about that, which is kind of fine. I sort of feel like he should sort of pass the torch to somebody.
Yeah.
Neil Blomkamp. But, you know, he also basically said that, hey, I would kind of miss the mark with Prometheus. I know a lot of people like Prometheus, but apparently a lot of people also don't. And he was like, oh, I didn't realize that people wanted to see more of the same monster. I thought they wanted to see a new, different monster. And everyone's like, no, man.
Called Alien.
Yeah, show us the alien.
We want to see the alien.
Yeah,
they put the name up of him in the thing.
Hint was taken, so, you know, they added Alien Covenant to the name of the new one. And I'm very curious to see that. People can kind of get mixed reception for it, but at least it's got an F and xenomorph in it, so that's good news. Let's see. Nighthawk X666 on what is that? That's Twitch, I guess. Mentioned Inhumans. I should have totally thrown them in there. We also got our first look at I think it's ABC's doing it, the Inhumans show, which is basically like the MCU's sort of kind of X-Men, except not really. It's got Black Bolt. They don't look great.
No.
They really look kind of dorky. They look. It looks very kind of like Kevin Sorbo's Xena era TV. Like
I don't really know. I mean, I think that it's going to take us a few years to actually admit this, but I don't know if TV is generally the best medium for superhero stuff.
Yeah, well,
I don't know if it is.
We got some good stuff to talk about with that too. We got news, I think yesterday or this morning or something, that FXX. There's that. They're like FX2 sort of.
They're like MTV2, but for FX.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they basically announced that they're going to be doing an adult animated Deadpool show. And it's going to be being produced by Donald Glover, who you might know from Community or Atlanta, or for being Donald Glover.
Orlando Calrissian, playing Simba. His albums are awesome.
He petitioned to play Miles Morales as Spider-Man.
Yeah, like, real quick, like, when this dude first came on the scene, I was kind of like, oh, he's kind of corny and his music's whatever. And he turned out to be, like, one of the most, like, formidable forces in Hollywood.
When he first came on the scene, he was making viral videos for Derek Comedy.
Yeah.
You know? But here he is, and he's doing a lot of stuff. I think this guy, at the very least, he's funny enough to make a decent Deadpool cartoon. There's a lot of kind of cool big announcements coming out here. First of all, I just think a Deadpool cartoon, I love the idea of it. I love the Deadpool movie. I hope that they lean really hard into the cartooniness of it. Deadpool, I know a lot of people are like, yeah, he's like a ninja with guns, and he's got scars and stuff, but he's also like kind of a Looney Tunes character with an M rating. He does a lot of very silly stuff in the comics. I think when he's at his best,
pancakes?
Yeah, he makes a lot of pancakes.
That's like a Scrooge McDuck coin thing.
I sort of hope they just make like an R-rated Looney Tunes show where he's like, this week I'm trying to kill a clown, and it's like there's one issue where he gets hired by a bunch of old ladies to kill a guy who's a jogger, and he's not really a superhero, but it's basically a Wile E. Coyote Roadrunner story where he's like trying to blow up this dude who's dressed like, and he goes like beep beep and everything, and they're like, that boy runs too fast and he interrupts our power walks, and you're like, wait, I'm reading a superhero comic, but it's actually a Looney Tunes cartoon. In any case, I'm excited about that, but there's also some other really cool stuff on the horizon. We also got news that Hellboy is going to be getting an R-rated reboot. Now, a lot of people are kind of upset about this because to them, Hellboy is Ron Perlman. Ron Perlman is Hellboy, but from the sound of it, that's not really happening so much. I mean, I think they're looking for really just a new kind of.
Well, they're talking to what's his name from Stranger Things.
David Harbour is currently in talks to play Hellboy, and they're looking at getting what's his face, Neil something or other. He did the Descent. He did
which is a really cool movie you should check out.
Yeah. But yeah, I think they're we're in the age of cinematic universes, and I think Del Toro had kind of a rocky start with Hellboy. That came out closer to sort of the X-Men, Spider-Man era of movies. Yeah. That's definitely like an older type of comic book movie.
And it feels like it these days, too.
Yeah, and it's a tough sell. Some people are religious, and the idea of being like, hey, here's the son of Satan, and he's got a gun, and he's fighting Nazis. You're kind of like, wait, who am I rooting for here? This is odd. And Del Toro's got his own weird style, and he was teaming up with Mike Mignola on that. The first Hellboy was made with a different studio from the second one.
Yep.
And the second one, I found out, kind of got the short end of the stick because it came out a week before The Dark Knight, which, that's...
Who timed that?
Hellboy 2 is a great movie. Great movie. Dark Knight is possibly the best superhero movie ever made.
Yeah.
So, tough call.
That is just like abysmal timing, man.
Yeah. And then in other cool superhero comic book news, Judge Dredd is getting a TV show. This is very early in development, but it's going to be called Judge Dredd Mega City 1. Entertainment Weekly broke this story. They got this cool teaser poster, which I think is just that, very, very concept arty. But the people making this are, it's Rebellion Studios. They're the guys who do I think they do all the the Warhammer games.
Right.
But they have the rights to 2000 AD, and I don't know what this is going to be. I don't know if this is going to be like a mini-series or like an ongoing thing. I don't know if we're going to get Carl Urban back. Just every time we talk about Judge Dredd, we have to say this. Go see Dredd if you haven't seen it. Go see it. If you've seen it, see it again. That movie's great.
Yeah, that movie's really awesome. It's a really good time. It's sort of like that Punisher movie that takes place in one building, or like Die Hard, but like incredibly much more violent and stylish.
Yeah.
I really like it. That said, to me, that's kind of the perfect way to tell a Dredd story. So I don't know if I need everything sprawling out into a TV show.
So what I like is the fact that they're titling it Mega City 1 is really promising, because it says that it's a focus not just on Dredd himself, but on the city, which is really kind of the most exciting part of that universe. I mean, the whole series was kind of a parody of America. You know, it's like there's a lot of weird sort of like, you know, totalitarian, like, you know, gung ho, like there's giant. Their justice building is a giant eagle. Like, it's very silly, and I feel like both the movies that have been made have kind of missed the point of that, and they lean more into the kind of gritty side of things. But Dredd's always been more weird satire, and I kind of hope they make something sillier and like more colorful.
Well, can you pull up that poster again?
Yeah,
sure. So like, look how tiny the words Judge Dredd are on this thing versus Mega City 1. I think people will eventually be calling this show Mega City 1. Right. It'll be about the city, about the time period. And I think the movies work because they focus on Dredd. He's the character, he's the star. So this show will live or die by how interesting the side characters are, which like doesn't always work out. Like, well, I mean, there's a lot of you look at something like Gotham, right?
Yeah.
Like Gotham, which apparently just got renewed for the 4th season. I don't know a single person watching it. I'm sure some of you are.
Anyway.
But it's focusing on a lot of the side characters, and apparently they're able to carry it in the 4 seasons. I don't personally see it, but this is going to live or die by that. I watch more TV probably than almost anybody at IGN. Like, I try to catch up on everything. But superheroes TV shows have a problem of being usually 24 episodes long, about an hour each. Whereas the other stuff I watch, stuff like, you know, Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, Fargo now, are even Westworld, they're 10, 12 episodes, 13 tops, an hour long each. Even Game of Thrones is coming back with an 8-episode season.
Yeah.
Like there's a way to tell a story longer than a movie, and there's a way to be like, hey, we're just spinning our wheels here.
Yeah, so people in chat are jumping in on this. Zeranex says, Dredd doesn't need big story arcs, just random crimes of the week.
Yeah.
Jenksman69 says, could even cover other judges. That's an awesome point, because everyone thinks Judge Dredd, but there's also Judge Anderson, who's like psychic. There's Judge Death, who's just death.
Right.
You can have like the Angel family. They're a bunch of cyborg rednecks. There's a ton of stuff in that universe. I mean, I'm surprised, frankly, they're not calling it just a 2000 AD show, because there's just a lot of crazy stuff going on there. I mean, Judge Dredd has a like flamboyant robot butler.
Right.
Which is, it's sort of like if you had kind of an odd couple situation where Boba Fett lived with 3PO. Like, that's kind of their relationship. Like, Dredd comes back and he's like, I am the law. And it's like, I did your laundry, master. And you're like, what's going on there?
I think the Criminal of the Week idea is awesome. I think they need to wrap it in sort of a larger context, which is something that Fringe did really well, something that the X-Files got into eventually, of sort of saying, like, here's your monster of the week, but with a few minutes at the end of every show, or at the beginning of every show, or some concurrent through the entire thing, there's a larger threat or a larger story. And not just like a love story, like dumbass like Burn Notice does.
Judge Dredd doesn't do kissing.
He might.
No, he does not.
His mouth is wide open.
That's what they screwed up in the Stallone one. He keeps his hat on. He doesn't do kissing. That's the Judge
mouth
Dredd.
is there for the smooching.
No, it's not.
I see it.
No, he's got that visor there. It keeps it. Keeps it at distance.
You know what he's going to do? He's going to make out with another judge.
Yeah.
Big, burly, bristly lips just brushing against each other.
So anyway, we got Judge Dredd show. We've got Hellboy reboot. We've got a Deadpool cartoon. Biggest problem working against a Deadpool cartoon is that he can't really go up against the whole Marvel universe, because that's all just tangled up. We're not going to get Deadpool and Spider-Man. We're not going to get Deadpool. We get Deadpool and Wolverine maybe, but I don't know. These are all really cool announcements. I'm excited about it. I mean, we've seen a lot of big movie adaptations of things, and they're cool. And I think Hellboy's got plenty of room to wiggle around there. But I'm kind of like, maybe this is what we need. Maybe we need some like weird adult cartoons now. Maybe we're at that point where that makes sense.
We used to have those a lot.
Yeah.
Like MTV used to do those. Like Liquid Television. We had the Max. We had Spawn.
Yep.
And then they just kind of quietly went away for a little while. So I'm okay with them coming back.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? Let us know. Some people are just shouting "I am the law" in our chat right now, but let us know in the comments. On that note, this week we are sponsored by Prey. Prey is about shape-shifting aliens in a space station. So I decided to run down 7 movies that also involve some of the above. Just great sci-fi. So let's take a look at that.
Prey has escaped from its confines and is now out in the wild, and whether you're hyping yourself up for Arcane Studios' latest first-person action adventure, or maybe you need a breather from the game's shape-shifting alien lifeforms jumping out at you, we've got just the thing. Here are 7 must-watch science fiction films for anyone who's interested in Prey. The first movie to properly tackle shape-shifting alien lifeforms was 1951's The Thing from Another World, but at this point it's John Carpenter's 1982 remake, The Thing, that's considered the classic. It nails the paranoia of not being able to tell who or what might be an alien, and its tense claustrophobic pacing is interspersed with some of the grossest practical effects ever to grace the silver screen. Plus, Kurt Russell wears a giant ridiculous hat. What is that, like a sombrero? If slimy black things in futuristic outer space settings are more your speed, the original Alien is a no-brainer. Chances are you've seen it, and if you haven't, what's wrong with you? Go watch it. Keep an eye out for the details, too. Between Ridley Scott's surgically precise direction, Ron Cobb's brilliant mechanical designs, and H.R. Giger's iconic and terrifying xenomorph alien, there's a reason this movie gets hyped up as much as it does. It proved that science fiction monster movies don't have to be campy genre garbage. Hey, speaking of H.R. Giger and campy genre garbage, he's also behind the critter in Species, Syl, who's sort of like a xenomorph if the xenomorph could turn into a beautiful blonde woman and have sex with dudes in a jacuzzi. At its best, Species is a fun, fairly campy sci-fi horror movie, and at its worst, it is live-action softcore tentacle porn. But hey, I got your attention, didn't I? The most recent movie to tackle gooey extraterrestrials causing panic in outer space is Life. Though a lot of people drew obvious comparisons to Alien, it was received well. I don't know about that title though. It probably would have gotten more attention if they'd used my title, which was Alien vs. Deadpool featuring Prince of Persia. Get it? Because it's got Ryan Reynolds and Jake Gyllenhaal. Forget it. Moving on, Warcraft director's first movie Moon doesn't have any cool space creatures, but it's still creepy and it's set in outer space. On the moon, to be specific, obviously. A friend of mine refers to this type of movie as facility horror, a creepy situation that's made even worse by being in a cold and unfamiliar setting, like The Moon. And while Moon is a great movie from top to bottom, the set design is the real strong point, drawing not just from real-life astronautical technology, but also taking cues from earlier science fiction films, such as 2001: A Space Odyssey. You've probably seen Stanley Kubrick and Arthur C. Clarke's psychedelic extraterrestrial mind parodied to death throughout the last half-century of popular culture, but it's really worth sitting down and watching it. Again, there aren't any cool aliens, but it's safe to say that the development of Prey's Talos 1 took some cues from Harry Lang's space station design. And hey, if you've got the attention span for 2001: A Space Odyssey and want to watch something even slower and stranger that'll leave you with even more questions, Russian filmmaker Andrei Tarkovsky's 1972 film Solaris might be up your alley. It got an American remake in 2002, but the original is where it's at, and Prey seems to have taken some stylistic inspiration from Tarkovsky's groovy 70s space station decor. Also, it's really interesting to see a movie about space exploration drawing inspiration from the Russian space program rather than NASA. These aren't astronauts, buddy, they're cosmonauts. This movie came out during the Cold War. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, check out our recommendations for what to watch, read, and so on after checking out Ghost in the Shell, if you actually saw it. And hey, Alien Covenant comes out in a little bit. Why not give yourself a crash course on the Alien movies chronology? And for all things sci-fi, keep it right here on IGN.
We have returned. We're back. What's up?
I just want to say real quick, there's a baby Groot in our desk. He's adorable and all. No more baby Groots after this. We're good. Everyone got one. Did you get a baby Groot? Do you have a baby Groot? Yes, I have thousands of them.
Well, so from what I've heard, that what they've talked about, I think like Vin Diesel was saying something like we haven't seen Groot's like final form yet. I think we sort of saw Old Man Groot in the first one. I still haven't watched Guardians yet, so I don't know what happens. But I think this is a one-off. I think Baby Groot's in this one. I think the next time we see him, like in Infinity War, I think he's going to be kicking ass. I think he's going to be like a badass tree.
I hope he's like giant. Did they do a giant Groot? Like, can that tree keep growing?
Probably. Trees get big.
So what do we got here, Max?
So Walmart has an exclusive right now. It is Baby Groot. It's this. This is $20. You know, go to your local Walmart. They get some really good exclusives on toys. They actually sent over a Star Wars Lego land speeder that is only available from them, which is really cool. I think we're gonna play with that next week. Where's my scissors? There they are on the ground. I can just rip this guy out probably. Come on, Groot, escape from your prison. Anyway, that was easy enough. Yeah, so this is cool. It's kind of a nice just like little decoration because it's not you know a Marvel Legend. It's not quite life size, but good little decoration.
Yeah.
And he's got his little hands and his funny little clothes. That's really it. He's just kind of a posable man. Look at his little
He looks
bud
like
there.
a mossy turd in a flight suit.
Well, yeah, that's sort of yeah. I mean, that's kind of it.
It's a weird thing to have in your house. I'm not against it though. I think that if this is something you want to put in your kitchen to scare off strangers or foxes that want to steal those pies cooling in the window.
I wonder if any of these will get stuck at like the bottom of a lake and get horribly covered in like reeds and stuff.
I would love that.
And then in 20 years somebody finds it and they're like, I found a woodland totem.
Yeah.
I found an ancient race of tree babies that used to live deep at the bottom of ponds. He kind of looks like when in the Mask, the Jim Carrey one, when he first finds the mask and it's all like messed up and covered in condoms and garbage bags.
We're gonna leave such a weird footprint as a species.
Yeah.
Like it's not even like we're gonna destroy the Earth, of course, because that's our destiny. But we're also gonna leave some weird stuff behind, such as this toy.
Yeah.
That's a strange
What's funny
one.
is that like this toy will probably last longer than most actual trees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, available at Walmart near you.
I am Groot. Speaking of toys, we got a whole bunch of toys in the mail the other day. I put them in this Public Enemy box, but we're gonna dump them out right here.
I don't know how Chuck D would feel about you filling his action figure box with Happy Meal toys.
Oh, he would. He'd be okay with it. So at McDonald's right now, there are Super Mario Happy Meal toys shaped like all of your favorite characters. Such as Bowser and Yoshi and Peach and everybody else. These are with Happy Meals, but you can actually also buy them individually if you want to go in there. These were sent to us, which is weird because this is the first time I've ever had Happy Meal toys that don't like stink of French fries, and I don't mean that in a good way. It actually makes me want them.
So speaking of French fries, we actually got the McDonald's Frork. Check it out, everybody. It's the Frork. Yeah, look at the Frork.
Yeah, that weird hand.
Yeah, so the problem, we didn't actually get French fries.
Yeah, we're trying to eat healthy.
If you get French fries and you leave them out for more than an hour, the entire building smells like a discount furniture store. So I didn't want to so I just got some Flamin' Hot Cheetos and shoved them in there.
So let's look at some of these toys here. First of all, we'll start with Mario. Isn't that so gross? Like, it really looks like, I was saying it looks like the guy's hand from Scary Movie 2.
Oh, Mario. Oh.
It's disgusting. So Mario makes noise. There we go.
Here. Can we hear that?
I can hear that.
Sir, I'm gonna have you pull over. What are you getting? Yeah, that just sounds like a new Facebook update. That one's really cool. I like that one. I don't like his position here. Can we get take a look at that? Like, look at his weird leg.
Ugh. And then we've got this like weird disco cream Mario.
I don't know if I like this one. We got a close up of that there. Can we show that off? Look at from the side.
Mm-hmm. I want to show you something cool. Watch this.
Hold on. Check this out.
Don't show me, you bastards.
Yeah, what's like? If I was a small child and I didn't fully understand the world yet, I'd be a little bit confused. Hey, close your mouth or close your eyes. Open your mouth.
No, don't shoot that thing in my mouth.
Open your mouth.
Here, kiss. Make him kiss. Here.
Oh.
And then there's Peach. She spins like a woman, I guess. What a terrible toy. This is why growing up as a female is hard in the world. This is what Peach gets.
Yeah.
I stand in my living room and spin until I
Could be worse. You could be a younger brother who gets stuck in a pipe and no one cares.
Yeah, there we go. So there's a super toilet shooting action Mario. And then we've got the red shell, which many of you know from Mario Kart.
Yeah, that's that cool item that makes me shout the C word.
It doesn't work.
Cars. You did it backwards, you dumbass. Boopity boppity.
I win. So yeah, these are available right now. You can buy them individually. Just go in there and be like, my son is in the car.
Yeah.
And he would love one of each. And Daddy's gonna eat a 20-piece nuggets out of his shirt on the train this morning.
My boy's tired from doing good on his schoolwork papers. May I have all of your Mario toys in the small red box?
Excuse me, do you have any collector's grade action figures for a niece or nephew? I say in Walgreens in my sweatpants.
This is scaring me.
Yeah, I don't like it at all.
Yeah, you want a little nibble?
No, I don't want to eat that.
Num 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 num.
You know who wants it? You know who wants a taste of that? It's Yoshi.
It's a terrible show. Why do they let us do this? All right. Anyway,
what else we got? What's up next?
Snakes.
Oh yeah. Okay. So crazy thing happened. We flew to Fort Lauderdale last weekend, and we shot a whole bunch of videos. We were supposed to shoot a video with a really cool vehicle, And we did, but the first day we got rained out. But while we were getting rained out, they were like, hey, we're at this animal sanctuary zoo-shaped thing. And if you guys want to go in there and just, just sprig around with a couple of these snakes and lizards and stuff, you can go do that, which is the best. Like, usually when it rains, it's just like, oh man, everyone's got to go home. But it rained this day, and we were like, we get to hang out with some animals. So my good friend Mega Ran was there, Max and I were hanging out with animals, and I brought my Nintendo Switch, and crazy ass garbage happened, so let's watch the video together. Hey guys, it's Brian and Mega Ran, and we're here at Sawgrass Recreation Park in South Florida, and I'm showing my friend Mega Ran here Snake Pass. What do you know about it?
You control a snake, right? Mm-hmm. It's a platformer.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
That's it. So I actually 100%ed this game. We thought we'd make it a little more challenging for me today to play this game while wearing an actual, real, alive animal snake.
So the snake in the game is a boa constrictor. So we have a real boa constrictor. All right.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Good luck, buddy.
So Snake Pass is it's available on PS4 and the where's his head? Where's his head? Xbox One. I'm playing it on the Switch, which you can bring anywhere.
Does the snake have a name?
Yeah, his name is Bob the Boa Constrictor.
This is Bob the Boa Constrictor. Bob is making it very difficult for me to play this game right now. So the object of the game is you have to collect all the keys and the special coins.
Yeah.
And you have to go to the goal. Where is his mouth? Ooh. He's doing that constrictor part of the boa constrictor right on my left arm.
He likes this
He's
side.
actually making it very difficult to collect.
What do you collect exactly?
There's different sorts of treasures, types of charms.
I heard there's no jump button, so how do you get to higher areas?
You just slowly climb like this dude is doing all over my body right now. Dude, seriously, where is his head? Oh, oh, oh. Oh, there's a snake on my Switch.
Snake on Snake Pass. How are the controls on this game?
The controls are really good when there isn't a snake crawling across the middle of your... Oh my God. Oh, dude, he made it rumble. So yeah, that's Snake Pass with, with a real snake crawling all across.
There we go, he's across now.
Mega, thank you so much for joining me today.
No problem.
Do you think you're gonna play this game?
I look forward to playing it. Probably without a snake on me.
You should play this without a snake on you.
But yeah, it sounds enjoyable.
All right, well, thank you so much. And that's how you play Snake Pass with the real snake.
For Bob and Brian, I'm Mega Ran.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks.
And we are back. I want to give a quick thank you to Mega Ran and Bob the Boa Constrictor for putting his body all over my neck and stuff. That weird, warm, long... Oh, hey, Marty, how's it going?
Good. That was a weird thing to come into. Was that boa constrictor named Bob? I'm sorry, I didn't say that.
Welcome to Up at Noon. Good to have you.
Yeah.
Marty Sleva, what's your title now? Senior?
Executive editor.
Yeah. That's crazy. How are you falling upwards, man?
Yeah, I drink a lot, and so all of a sudden it happens.
Sometimes you just wake up with a new job.
Yeah, that's what leaving Las Vegas was about.
One of your beats here at IGN is features, and you guys put up a fascinating one just yesterday, right?
Yeah. So sort of going in line with the recent Assassin's Creed rumors, leaks that have come out about the game being set in Egypt, called Origins, Return to Naval Combat. We wanted to look back and be like, how many Assassin's Creed games have actually leaked before, an official announcement? And it turns out
almost all of them?
Like 99% of Assassin's Creed games.
12 games, right?
Literally every mainline console Assassin's Creed game except for 2.
Except for 2.
That's nuts.
Which also, baker's dozen.
Good God. Yeah, so Brandon Tyrell wrote this, but because you got your new fancy job position, you just big timed him and came in here instead.
Yeah, that kind of happens.
Yeah. But yeah, here's the article's up on IGN. This is great.
So one of the craziest things is the fact that Assassin's Creed 1 leaked.
Yeah.
Like the name of a new IP called Assassin's Creed that Ubisoft was working on back in 2007?
Yeah, so it looks like the trademark filing at the US Patent Office was introduced with the name Assassin's Creed, so people found it.
Yeah.
The weird thing now is that it's so difficult to create something and make a website for it and file a patent for it. So by the time, that's why it's like, if you look at something like the Nintendo Switch, it's sort of amazing that we didn't know the name of that thing.
Sure, yeah.
Until one day they were just like,
it's
here's
called
the branding.
Switch. We woke up that morning and we were like, well, what? It's called a Switch?
Well, even like at E3, you see there's a bunch of people wearing T-shirts of something, right? And you're like, oh, well, who printed those T-shirts?
Yeah.
Who got the stickers done? All that stuff. So One of the running themes I've noticed here, so here's another one, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, registered the domain name, so that's
a lot of stuff leaks by that, of like copyright. You have to do a ton
Assassin's
of
Creed Revelations, the community from NeoGAF, shout out to NeoGAF, was able to extract information from a Ubisoft Facebook post. Assassin's Creed 3, that was in 2012. A Best Buy internal employee, aka Snitch.
Yeah, he was a
leaked
snitch.
that thing. Liberation, which was the Vita game, right?
Yeah.
That got leaked on NeoGAF ahead. Getting their hands on an early issue of Game Informer that broke the street date. So these games not only leak constantly, but they leak in creative new ways. And one of the after that it gets really interesting because we start seeing stuff like airplanes, where people are on a plane
and they have their laptop open. And you're just like, oh, what's that all about?
You know what's the funniest part here is that Assassin's Creed's all about secret societies
Yeah.
and like hidden things that you don't know about. And it's like in reality, it's like, well, I mean, if somebody did actually work for like Abstergo in real life, they'd just have their like Palm Pilot out on a laptop, and somebody would snap a photo of it.
Right. Yeah, and then the last couple of years, it seems like Jason Schreier over at Kotaku has somehow, I think he has like a bug inside Ubisoft.
I love this one. Assassin's Creed Liberation is the only one that has the distinction of being the single-player game on the list to be leaked twice. It got leaked for Vita, and then the HD version got leaked.
Yeah.
But there was a story also of somebody they were on a train or on a plane, and somebody was like, "Hey, what you working on?" And he's like, "I'm working on the new Assassin's Creed game." And the guy was like, "I'm a gamer."
Yeah. And then we got that Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Someone had the PowerPoint open on their laptop.
Do you remember? Was it Destiny that somebody left the entire marketing material
at a Panera Bread?
Panera Bread.
Yeah. And we got a hold of that.
We got a hold of it.
That's why we're always going to Panera now looking for scoops.
It's great. You picked
and
two
soups.
Yeah.
No, it's really funny that this is specifically a games thing. Like this is just, I think this is just games and tech. This is it's kind of a weird artifact of I think games coming out of technology is that there's kind of tighter gag orders in terms of like internal espionage type of stuff. But you look at how when movies get, like we just talked about a bunch of movies that have been announced, and they're like, the movie's not there yet, but here are the people who are going to be working on it. You're like, whoa. Whereas look at what is it? Janina, who's playing the main character in Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
We didn't know that until the trailer showed.
Yeah.
Whereas it's untitled project on IMDb or whatever. But with movies and everything else, it's in the trades. They announce it ahead of time.
It amazes me that there's still any surprises in video games. Like, it amazes me that before E3 last year, we didn't know that Death Stranding was a thing. Like, we didn't know that Insomniac Spider-Man was a thing. And so it's like those sort of secrets I'm always really impressed by. But Ubisoft, for one reason or another, just seems like they just keep getting the raw end of the stick.
Well, I think a big part of it, too, is that these games are, like, created globally across 8 studios. Call of Duty has a similar thing where, I mean, think about how many Call of Duty games have leaked in the last decade, right?
Yeah.
Like even the World War II one we knew about a while before.
Yeah,
and even from there, people were able to look at that leaked screenshot and figure out that Josh Duhamel, I believe his name is, from Transformers, was starring in the game. Put it all together.
Did you say Duhamel?
Is there a nicer way to say it? Duhamel?
I used to
Josh
say just
Bechamel.
the consort of Fergie. That's how I refer to him.
Is that Fergie's husband?
It is the consort of Fergie.
Oh, really?
Yes. Her consort.
I got another story about that.
He carries
I'm
the
not gonna
eggs.
say it on air.
Are you talking about the time Fergie Peter Pants?
No. No. It's a more personal story.
Fergie Peter Pants on stage.
I hear that one.
You can find a picture of it.
Okay, great.
No, but Josh put up a picture on Twitter of him in the mocap suit, and people put it together, two and two. It's pretty easy.
Yeah. So what's really funny is if you compare this to, I don't know, movies, TV, stuff frequently used to leak a lot with collectibles, and we've seen this. Like we saw Rey's new outfit, I think, leak in the form of like a party napkin or something.
I think we just saw Kylo's new TIE fighter or new ship, and that's like a Lego or something.
Via Hot Wheels. Yeah, and it's funny because
yeah.
Disney's actually been way tighter on not showing stuff off at Toy Fair, not showing stuff off at at Celebration, but being like, hey, we've got a day when we reveal all that stuff to the wild. But back when I was really into like action figures growing up, and the first time you'd see you look at, here's what I don't know, here's what Sabretooth's going to look like in the X-Men movie, is a photo of this action figure of Tyler Mane.
Yeah.
You're like,
I guess this is it.
I mean, that's what he looks like with a bunch of joints and like
because there's
scheme on
that's that perfect combination of like stuff gets leaked by people working on it or people working at a store / stuff gets released pre the actual product being released, and then wild speculation kicks in.
Yeah.
We wrote a story before Dark Knight Rises came out that was about a children's book that came out for Dark Knight Rises, and we were like, Does Bane get thrown into prison at the end? And I was like, no, that's his children's book.
So the really funny thing about
does he throw a pie at his face?
No, he gets killed by a missile.
It's so weird that they would still have like kids marketing stuff attached to the Dark Knight movies and everything. They had one of my favorite like gags ever was Toy Fair magazine tried to break down the plot of Batman Begins based on the action figures they were making to go with that, but they were like really like they were very like goofy kids act. There was
Yeah.
like neon scuba rescue Batman, and they're like so before going after Scarecrow with his nerve gas and rescuing Katie Holmes, Batman has to put on these weird pink pants and get on his light up scuba gear.
Yeah, that sounds right.
This is my favorite time of the year for leaks because they're happening in the next week or two.
Oh yeah.
But one of my favorite things that happens every single year is that people geotag Instagram posts around the Los Angeles Convention Center, and when the Teamsters pile into that place to build E3, they invariably start taking pictures like that, and that's how we got Super Mario Maker a couple years ago.
Yeah, and Amiibo.
And Amiibo, yeah, there was an entire lineup of posters of Super Mario Maker, and we were like, are those fake? Are they not? And then you start seeing like photos of crates, and you're like, is the PlayStation 5 in there?
Yeah.
Like, it's such a fascinating time. I know our news guys and and people from other sites start checking on Instagram to see what is tagged around that area every year. And you get like a lot of it. The funny thing about it is that there's a lot of just like a guy who's like, just ate a foot-long sub. And then right next to it's just like, oh, Blinks the cat's coming back.
Yeah.
Whoa, what?
I think my favorite was the guy one of the chefs who catered an event to announce
Tony Hawk 5.
Right. And he just was like,
oh, yeah.
real pleasure working with Tony Hawk. And there's the logos behind him, and everyone's like, oh, well, there it is.
They had set up, he catered dinner inside of a half pipe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That seems like a terrible place to
It was
use.
a huge picture of a half pipe, and there's like a chef in the middle with all these tables, and it's like, well, now your game's out there.
Scoops and soups.
God, I love that so much.
One of the things I like most about this article specifically is that we covered all of these leaks originally, and so when you go back, like Jeremy Dunham wrote the AC1 one, I think Greg wrote the Liberation. It's just a history of IGN News over the past decade.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So
it's a decade of leaks about a game about secret society.
So if you want to read in depth on this, it's written by Brandon Tyrell. It's called The History of Assassin's Creed Leaks. Just Google it. It'll be the first thing that pops up. Really, really fascinating stuff. And yeah, let us know what your favorite video game leak is, or how you found out about stuff that you love now. It's so interesting and so cool when this stuff happens. And I think it's only getting worse.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like there's so many moving parts now.
It's the internet.
I think my favorite video game leak is the leak that Farfetch carries and hits people with.
What are you doing with your hand?
It's what Farfetch does.
That's fair. I like that.
Yeah. Do that.
It's a green onion joke. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's doing that with the hand.
It's like this.
Yeah.
It's just like
So speaking of Ubisoft, one game they have on the horizon is Star Trek Bridge Crew, which is of course Star Trek but in virtual reality. We got a chance to play it. This is a little while ago. Maybe you saw it. If you didn't, check this out because it's very stupid. We had a great time playing it and just pointing at each other. Just pointing it.
Is there a lot of pointing?
Let's take a look.
Leave now or be destroyed.
Oh, yeah, that's not good. Hey, get the rest. Warp, please. I'm trying. Ready to warp, Fred. Let's skedaddle. Good work, everybody.
We've received a distress signal from an independent vessel and are now in pursuit of the ship to render aid.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, welcome back. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Opening channel.
I'm checking out my smooth, freckly legs.
Acting captain of the Polaris. We're experiencing multiple system failures. Please
This guy
keep your
sounds like he's having
distance.
a bad
Can't
day.
guarantee your safety.
Yeah, he's being a real douche out there. All right, so here's the plan here. We need to rescue Polaris.
The Polaris's current trajectory will take them directly through the asteroid field, Captain.
Shut up.
We may be able to disrupt their engines.
Who are you?
I'll contact USS Raleigh and request support.
Okay.
They're clearly your favorite ensign.
I don't like that lady at all. It looks like she's working on a sink. That's not even a ship. Okay, we need
You know what? Hygiene is very important in space.
That's true. She had
So
filthy
I
hands.
appreciate, ma'am, I appreciate the work you're doing over there.
I know how to do this. I got this covered. I'm going to take care of it. It's going to be fine, okay?
Don't point at me.
But you got to get us there without
You
hitting
get
every
5
asteroid
less
in the way.
space meats if you point at me again. Yeah, I got a captain's log for you. And the
That
toilet.
doesn't mean, oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm talking about poop. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, do it with your hands. There you go. Big long.
No, I'm applauding.
Big
I'm
long
applauding
poop.
the reference of.
Oh, it's a clap. You're
Nice.
There we go. Clap,
Yeah, that's
clap,
me
clap, clap,
clapping.
clap. Everybody clap. Clap, 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 clap.
Yo, can I get a
Alright.
tactical scan from somebody? Who does the tactical
we
stuff?
just got. I do. We just got in range.
Get it together. That's the
You
sound.
gotta stop doing that.
If you got
that planet is literally on fire.
That's a sun. It's the way it's supposed to be.
No, that's a sun. That planet's on fire. My arm is inside my chest. Anyways, the scan is going. It's doing the thing.
Great. Yo,
I
everybody
don't
just
think
be-
is 37. No, that's ours.
Everybody just be cool.
Just in case.
All right, just be cool.
Hey.
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 Are we to disrupt these engines or what?
I don't know. I'm really scanning the hell out of this ship right
That's
now.
good. I think that's a good thing that you're
So
doing.
is it just saying it's scanning, or is it going to be done scanning, or what's the story?
I mean, it's going to be done soon. All right?
What is soon?
I mean, I don't know when then will be now.
What does it say? What does it say on your screen?
It doesn't say anything. It just says the bar. Okay,
It's getting
done.
away.
All right,
It's going away.
Okay, done.
It's getting away from
Maybe
us.
if we drove after it.
Could we? Hey, whoever's got the, just drive towards the thing. Fly.
I'm driving towards the.
All right.
Thank you.
I'm gonna.
Thank you.
I'm gonna intrude that system. What part of it do I need to break?
System.
We need to disrupt the engines on the Polaris via system
engines,
intrusion.
okay.
Access the bypass and obtuse the metaframe.
What? Okay, just give me a second. Then I'm gonna disrupt
with you.
engines.
You know I'm with you. You can't obtuse a metaframe. That's bull.
I'm doing
Get
it.
off the system intrusion because I was going to use it.
What if you guys use the system intrusion?
I'm doing it. God. All right, the
Captain,
minimal engine
incoming
output for
message
30
from the vessel.
seconds.
Please, you have to help. We're taking supplies to a research station in the Persef system. Something went wrong. Something happened to the star. We got hit by some kind of blast wave or something. Now we can't reach in with the station. You have to go back. You have to help them, please.
I think he's a liar. He has space madness, and we should kill him.
Let's kill him.
USS Raleigh is arriving.
Aegis, this is USS Raleigh. We're on hand to assist the Polaris.
Let's warp to the Persef system. We're gonna have to render aid to the research station and bypass the metafizzle.
Somebody charge up my warp coils because I want to use them.
That's what I'm doing.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Hey,
Don't point at her. That's my job. JR?
I can point it myself.
Who, me?
Everybody
You?
clap,
Me?
clap.
Hold on. I got to align with the warp vector.
Okay.
It takes a second. All right, you ready?
You have 13 seconds.
Are you gonna warp us directly into an asteroid field?
Where are we? Where are we
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's not great.
Not.
What is that?
Oh, hey, there it is.
Okay, I think we did okay there.
This is.
All right, let's locate the escape pods with survivors. We need to rescue as many survivors as possible.
Any life signs on the station.
Let's get a whole bag of survivors. See what you can do.
Space brother, let's start heading around to the right a little ways. Ooh, I got a bunch of them over here.
Sensors
the one that I
indicate
just
the star
scanned
is
on.
experiencing
You shut up
wide-scale
over there.
coronal disintegration.
No, he's
core
like
erupts, our ship
He's a
will not be
snitch.
able to withstand the blast
no, but
wave.
like he makes a point though. If the star might explode.
That's fine. I'm making a point too that he's a snitch, and
All
that
right,
I might throw him out into space.
I'm gonna bring these folks over so that they can. Oh, the shields are up. I'm gonna take the shields down.
That's not good. Not a good noise.
It's okay. I'm locking on. I'm gonna bring the guys over. We're gonna have some fun. It'll be a good time. We'll make some tea. Maybe have some pizzas.
All right. I like what you're doing there.
Like that sounds like a nice afternoon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, you get him yet?
No, it's still. We're almost there.
Are we out of range or what?
Literally
no,
not
we're in
moving.
range. It's just taking a second. Jeez.
I could haul ass over there if you want. I could run into
Yeah,
it.
let's haul some ass.
We got them. We got them.
We're
They're
transporting,
way over,
right?
and they're here. All right, let's go
All right, cool.
We
Next,
should deliver
next
the
one,
survivors
next
to the
escape
Raleigh.
pod.
Their med bay is significantly larger.
Is it escape pod Sigma?
should be on
I'm
our
scanning
guard.
them right now.
Sure, whatever.
All right, we got those guys. Max, do you want to transport them or should I?
I can do it.
All right,
Get those
transport
peoples.
away. Help them out from their horrible
Have you guys done
death
a
in
tactical
space.
scan?
We did.
Maybe. Who wants to know?
All right, I'm downloading all these
hanging
men.
out.
I'm downloading the men to the ship.
Okay. Might be women too.
Captain,
You
I'm
assume
getting
they're
a
men.
signal of unknown
Sexist
origin
idiots.
here.
Hey, check this out.
Federation
Oh!
leave now or be destroyed. You
What
have 30 seconds
is wrong
to
with his
comply.
face?
Do we
Oh,
got
man,
it?
what did
Klingons
you-
doing in the
Warp?
trench?
You just want to warp?
What just happened? Okay,
Let's
so
just
our
kick
shields
his
are
ass.
currently down.
All right, are we gonna try to get any of
are-
these people, or you want us to get the hell out of here?
Did they finish transporting?
I don't think.
Yeah, we're good. Oh,
We
wait,
got-
we gotta download them. Hold on, wait, just one second.
Download them
We
quickly.
got 12 of them. Okay, we're good.
Captain,
All right, we got
been
'em.
detected.
They're in?
Hostiles
Okay.
inbound.
All right, let's
Hold
warp
on,
to the
hold on.
Tyrus
Shields are
system.
It's a Klingon D5 cruiser.
We could probably take this guy.
All right, you want to fight him? That's fine. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Adams, bypass the data fuse. Ellison, you hang out with that
But
mustache,
wait, there's
man.
like a lot of people still in these escape pods and stuff.
Oh, really? We should stay?
I think so.
Wanna warp?
I don't know.
We got 12 of them.
Not our call.
Get dressed.
Captain, what do we do?
Sorry.
Let's warp to the Tyrus
Radiation
system.
levels are spiking.
Alright.
Oh,
Alright.
oh.
Did not work.
I'm trying.
I did. Then.
We've got shields are at about 35%. Our torpedoes, for some reason, are offline, and we've only got a little bit of phaser power left.
We're good.
So,
We're good.
okay, ready to warp, Frank.
Let's skedaddle. Good work, everybody.
To be fair, we did probably just leave like 30 people to die.
We don't know anything about this. It could be bad.
Oh no.
I guess.
How many people did we save?
12.
Probably like a dozen. You could start a whole new country with 12 people.
Wait, you actually like Roy Koopa better than Morton Koopa?
Yeah, Morton's trying too hard, man.
What are you talking about? Roy has this dumbass sunglasses on.
Roy doesn't need to prove anything. Roy's got the sunglasses on and he cruises around in his Mercedes car with a cool squirrel parachute.
I think we can both agree that Ludwig von Koopa's a huge turd, though.
He sucks. I don't like Iggy.
Iggy or Lemmy?
I like Lemmy. I don't know.
Iggy's out of his mind.
Iggy
Lemmy's
and Lemmy are both like a little. I like Roy a lot because he's got him terrifying.
What about Wendy?
I really don't like Wendy.
I don't like her either.
I don't like Wendy Koopa one bit.
Oh, we're back.
Sorry.
Hey everyone, sorry. We were just ranking the Koopa Kids.
Yeah.
Maybe Bowser's illegitimate children. I don't really know how that family tree works. I'm not going to get into it. It's too much to figure out.
Bowser's like what? Is he like a Satan or like a snapping turtle or what is he?
He's like a Satan turtle.
He's a Koopa. He's like a dinosaur kind of.
Yep.
But like, I don't know. Yoshi's also a dinosaur, but he doesn't talk. Bowser sort of does, I guess. Or
I never thought about that. That's weird.
Like, what's up with all these these Koopas are all wearing clothes and they have hair and stuff, but Yoshi's like
what?
Like the Boshi wears in Super Mario RPG wears the same glasses as Roy.
Yeah.
Which I love that they're like, yeah, this is a tough look. These like large cat-shaped women's sunglasses. This is a tough dude, and we're like. Looks like Cher from Clueless. Like,
you didn't know that in the back end of Bowser's Castle is a PacSun, and they sell a bunch of like surfer clothes and.
To join the Koopa Troopers, you've all got to shoplift from Claire's Gifts at the mall. Yeah, no, really, I've only been playing Mario Kart as Roy because Roy is just the greatest.
Dude, you and me and Mega Ran had like one of my favorite nights in modern gaming history the other night. We were in a hotel in Fort Lauderdale.
Yep.
And we just got really trashed and played a ton of Mario Kart. And we were just screaming and yelling. I can't believe we didn't get a noise complaint.
Yeah, look at that. We got like a nice ad for a Roy Koopa.
Is that it?
So that's like
$24.99.
Yeah, I know that's a lot, but that's a large stuffed animal. You can fit that in all kinds of like small Mercedes cars.
Yeah. All right.
I love that we just put like a fake ad on our. You can't click that. It won't actually go to Amazon. That's also not like they're not sponsoring us or anything. That's my browsing history. What we do have up here, if you want to pull a full screen here.
Mm-hmm.
This is a cool thing we wanted to show off. Everyone's been kind of just hankering for a cool Nintendo Switch color scheme that's like some retro stuff. And these guys on 9 to 5 Toys have been talking about this wonderful set of skins for Super Famicom and classic NES, covers you can get for your Switch. I just want these to these are cool, but they're still like stickers, like you can.
Yeah.
It's
you
got
can
the
see
little,
where the
these
rounded
little
edges
things
there.
down here. And I mean, I just don't like putting stickers on something that costs $300. It just feels weird. I mean, aside from these laptops, which cost way more than that.
You don't put a bumper sticker on a Bentley.
We didn't pay for these though.
I bought mine.
Yeah.
What can you do?
I don't know. Get a free computer at work. But anyway, Nintendo Switch.
They're really cool.
Yeah.
I'm into this. If you
they even did like the back of the dock, like that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's really smart. The one of my favorite systems ever made, and if you're listening, maybe you're on the same page as me, is the classic NES Game Boy Advance SP. If you want to pull up a picture of that one, just the classic NES GBA SP. It's gorgeous, and it looks like an NES, and when you open it up, it looks like an NES controller. Whereas, there it is. Yeah. Whereas
this little dude right here.
They did another one for the 3DS, and all they did was printed a picture of the controller on top of the 3DS. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. I always liked the one that was the classic Famicom colors for the Game Boy Micro. Have you seen that one?
Yeah, I have that one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually kind of pricey these days. But yeah, just look up Famicom Game Boy Micro.
Or was the Game & Watch? Was that was it?
No. It's gold. It's Famicom. Yeah. It's awesome. Yeah, those are some of like my favorite special edition systems. I think that we're gonna get there eventually with Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
Especially with the way the Joy-Cons pop on and off. I think they'll give us like some custom GameCube ones.
Really tempted to buy those neon yellow arms ones because they look like nautical equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Like they look like little life jackets, and like if you ever seen those keychains they give to like Coast Guard dudes?
Yeah.
Where they're like, don't lose your keys, put them in this little foam thing so they float. I don't think those float, but they look like it, and I like that color.
Yeah,
But then I realized that if I buy those like 10 minutes later, they're gonna be like, great news, we've got translucent atomic purple, like the classic, Game Boy Color or whatever. And I'd be like,
I'm totally into that. We have a few minutes left in the show. We're going to end a little early today, but I mean, should we?
Yeah, Brian's got diarrhea real bad.
Max has been pissing out of his butt.
Brian's got diarrhea of the butt, not the other variety.
Max is really sick in the legs.
They've got the downstairs bathroom problems, if you know what I'm talking about.
Max has been Dunkin' Green all over the place.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, he just pukes out of his ass.
Stop saying I do stuff out of my ass.
You started it.
Okay. Here's a couple comics I picked up recently for the hell of it. This just came out. This is something we've talked about this in the show before. Gendy Tartakovsky, the guy who made Samurai Jack and Dexter's Lab, made a 3-issue miniseries about Luke Cage, and it's one of the most fun comics I've read in a really long time. It feels more like Ren and Stimpy than any kind of recent Marvel comics. It's super it's all kind of set in the 70s. The X-Men show up at one point, and they're looking for the Phoenix, and it doesn't make any sense, but it's kind of great nonetheless. Let's see if we can find
this. Is gorgeous.
He fights a bunch of classic, just D-list Marvel villains, and it's just got he fights a bunch of animals. It kicks ass. It's what is it? $15 trade paperback price, and if you want a nice little briefer on who the hell Luke Cage is, they've got the first issue back here, the original Luke Cage Hero for Hire. It's always tricky to get into Marvel because there's 5 different runs of X-Men and Guardians going on at once, and then they have those big crossover events. But this kind of one-off thing is such a nice special treat. So highly recommended. Go grab a copy. We've got a nice little shout out on the back from IGN.com that says, a bombastic, lighthearted throwback to Luke's early superhero days. I don't know who wrote that, but I just did a funny voice.
Whoa, really? Wow, that's awesome.
That was probably Joshua.
Yeah, that rules.
And then another thing I picked up, which also just came out, this is a nice collected edition reprinting all the time that Batman and the aliens fought, which is an awesome thing to exist. If you're unfamiliar, they've been doing just idiotic crossovers between superheroes and aliens and predators for quite a while. This has the effing Wildcats in it. I don't even know why Batman, it's just aliens doing weird crossovers that I don't
Wait, Image Comics Wildcats?
Yeah, they
just show up?
Yeah, they show up in there to fight the aliens. There's that woman, I don't even remember her name. I just remember Grifter. That's really the only Wildcat I can remember.
Yeah, that's odd.
But yeah, this has got some, it's always cool because these are weird little miniseries. Here's Superman and Predator teaming up to fight the aliens alongside Batman.
Is this comic a mistake? Did they just print every drawing on DeviantArt?
They've always done really weird kind of crossover stuff, and it's hilarious because they still try to make it kind of fit into the universe and the canon, but they're also yo, Batman's fighting aliens, let's just have fun with this.
We've got a few minutes left in the show. If you want to ask us questions, we will answer them for you. Otherwise, we're going to go leave because Max is very sick.
Inks Gaming says, where's the damn virtual console? I think
Switch?
I really hope that Nintendo just announces hey, here's our online plan. We've got a great new feature. It's called saving your credit card information on the eShop.
They just added that.
Did they really? They just added that?
They just added that, and they also added a list of every game released chronologically on the eShop. Before then, it used to just be best of and new releases or best selling. So yeah, they're rapidly catching up to 2017.
Yeah, I hope they announce some funny new controllers. Some new amiibos, good. Obviously we're gonna get a closer look at some games. At this point, I know there was that early push where we're is the Switch worth it for just for Zelda? And now we're there's other stuff on there too. I haven't even touched Zelda in a while. I've been playing Mario Kart. You've been playing every little weird indie game that comes out.
Jamie Blood asks, Brian, are you looking forward to Farpoint? I'm actually playing it this weekend. We got the controller in yesterday. Everything's kind of embargoed, so I don't really know what I can say yet. But I will say that the build quality is surprisingly nice.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what else this controller can be used for. I found out it's $80 for the controller and game bundle, which is a little steep.
But it's weird because it's $50 for just the game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's odd.
So it's a $30 controller? That's odd.
Bundle pricing is always weird with stuff like that. But
I bet you're going to see a lot of copies of Farpoint sitting at a GameStop in about a year.
Yeah.
Because people are probably going to hang on to the controller,
and
regardless of what the game is. But yeah.
No, I totally agree. So Max and I do a segment on Podcast Beyond, our PlayStation show, the number fun PlayStation podcast, called What VR Playing. And we're definitely getting into that on Tuesday's episode. Plus some stuff we're trying to play this weekend too, right?
Yeah.
VR games here and there.
There's a handful of things. Yeah, I don't know. I need to just. I just need to like play some video games. I feel like we've been traveling too much and doing the weird side stuff, and
it's that snake's fault.
Yeah, the damn snake did it.
That's why you got to play the video game while you do the animal stuff.
There's a game I just got an email about today. It's a VR game. It's called Arizona Sunshine.
Oh yeah.
And it's been out on PC for a second, I think, but it's like a zombie survival game. But you're stuck in traffic in the desert, and there's just zombies coming at you. But you can open all these cars, and they're all full of guns and grenades and stuff. Even though they're just like random Ford Focuses and Priuses and crap. But it looks like fun. I asked for a code for that. Hopefully we get to play that soon. I'm glad that we're still getting more VR games coming out. You know?
Me too. Spalter King 97 says, "Are your jackets real leather?" Yes, they are. I tried saving some money back in the day and getting pleather jackets. They're gross. They just don't work.
They age weird.
They age weird. They're stinky. Now here's the thing: like you can spend $100 on a fake leather jacket, or like $200 or $300 or $400 on a really good one, and the good one will last you for a very long time. And the cheap one won't.
Yeah.
So I mean, buy 4 cheap ones or 1 nice one. It's up to you.
Weird thing about leather is it's skin. So like it'll start doing, like I had this leather jacket, I think I wore it when we did that Tim Schafer video, and that was my leather jacket all through art school, and it was like, it fit fine, then it was kind of loose, and I put it back on after not wearing it for years, and it's been sitting in a closet. It gets all dried out, and and it feels like just like a kind of a husk. I was like, ugh, this isn't
they get
comfortable.
stiff, you gotta like kind of work it back in.
Yeah, you gotta beat it up with a stick. What's his face?
The Disparia book says, "I've been loving Yooka-Laylee and I'm looking forward to Mario, but I've been wondering if any other good platformers have come out other than Ratchet in the past couple years." You saw me play Snake Pass earlier in the show.
Yeah.
It's not a traditional platforming game. You don't jump in that game, but it is very Rare-esque. It's very N64-esque. It's about collecting and traversing cool, colorful environments. You have a great sidekick buddy who's a hummingbird. So definitely check that out. It's like $20. I 100%ed it on Switch. It's a really good time. Works really well in handheld mode too. So
yeah, I love that game. I need to check that out one of these days.
Yeah.
It's cool because it really, at a glance, it looks like a video game. But when you get closer, you're like, oh, this actually has realistic snake physics, which is a series of words you don't hear attached to games too often.
Yeah, if you're looking for more info on that, Max and I did a really cool like 20-minute kind of deep dive interview with the creator of the game, and he talked about how he used to have a pet snake, which I thought was just like so fascinating because there's like, I don't know, you don't really get a lot of scenarios where like someone's like, I have this thing I'm personally connected to in my life and I make a whole game out of it. Like Pikmin was created because Miyamoto was really into gardening at the time, and he was like, I see little ants carrying my tools and Duracell batteries in my backyard. So I will make a game where the space aliens must collect strawberries.
Yeah, I know that there's that whole thing where it's like, oh, we're playing as another dude in games. He's a guy with a beard and a gun, and it's like, okay, whatever. I just want to play as less humans.
Yeah.
Like I want to play as some animals. There was that Jaws game where you could like do crazy shark stunts. There's a VR thing they're doing right now for Alien Covenant, and I was afraid it was going to be like, oh, are you going to get killed by the alien? It's going to be spooky. But no, they let you in VR be the alien bursting out of somebody, which is disgusting. And I really want to go check that out. Also, because I don't want to be scared. I just want to be the terrifying murderer. I'd love an Anaconda game. I think that'd be really fun to just go around eating people.
Max Steel, one last question from him. Max Steel 23 says, how many years have you been at IGN? How long do you think the Switch's life will be? This will be my 9th E3, so 8 years and change at IGN. So next year will be my 10th E3, which is just insane because I still walk in there like giddy and excited, and it still feels like my first one. And Max, this is my
third
E3.
With IGN? I've been here since January of 2015, I guess.
But how many E3s have you been to total?
This is my 7th or 8th.
That's crazy.
I've been doing this for a minute. It creeps up on you.
Yeah,
it's weird.
It really does.
Hey, if you guys are going to E3 and you see us around, come say hi.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So like that's cool that it's getting opened up to the the nice.
Yeah, thousands of you will be there.
Yeah.
Later on today, I have a brand new episode of Linked Together going up. That's our Let's Play series where we play Breath of the Wild. Me and Zach Ryan, each holding a Joy-Con and struggling through that universe. It's really fun. Also, we've got brand new episodes of Podcast Beyond up this week. It's a really good one. You should go check that out. It's on YouTube. I was on this week's Game Scoop. I'm on tomorrow's Nintendo Voice Chat, and we put up a damn good comedy button.
Yeah, tomorrow. We did. Go check out our little side podcast, The Comedy Button. It's not safe for work. It's about very bad things that your parents should not hear you listening to.
That's right. But
Comedy
just do it
Button
anyway.
Yeah. And we do a lot of stuff here. It's really fun.
Yeah, thank you so much for listening to our show, watching our show today. It's been really good interacting with you. It's like my favorite part of the week is bringing all these toys on. I want to bring on a special guest, Dan.
Dan, get out here.
This is Dan Parkhurst. He's our producer. He makes this show happen, and we cannot thank him enough.
Get out of the shot.
Don't listen to him.
That's Alexio. He's bitter because he has to hide in that room back there, and it's very hot. Because of all the computers.
Just to tell you how dumb this show is, I called Dan over here and he accidentally stepped on a sombrero.
Oh, hey, there's my sombrero. Hola.
You look like a witch.
You look like a witch. You look like a weird rainbow witch.
I'm the fruit witch. Can you taste all the different fruits I've placed in my cauldron? Perhaps?
No.
All right.
You shouldn't. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next Thursday with a brand new episode and some really cool surprises. So, get out. You go do anything you want now.
Go support your local comic shop.
Oh, it's Mother's Day on Sunday if you live in certain. Call her up, send her flowers, whatever you're gonna do. Make that happen. You have it cost me like $100. It's just worth it. Just pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Life's a pain in the ass, isn't it? Thanks for watching.
Now for our next item, the Royal Crown of Bethmora, a piece from a long-lost culture.
Lost? Not at all. Very much alive. And I am here to reclaim what is rightfully mine.
Call security!
When our world is threatened,
I have returned to wage war and reclaim our land.
by forces beyond our understanding, our government turns to an elite, top-secret organization.
We're moving out.
We had over 70 guests reported. We have no survivors.
Same story here, babe.
Don't call me babe.
Hey, I said, hey.
Red, we have company.
I have a suspect.
The Royal Seal.
I'm Princess Nuala. My father died to uphold the truce with your world.
I will call upon the help of all the children of the earth. The good. The bad.
Give it up, Nasty, we can see it.
See me? How? How do you see me?
And the worst.
The Golden Army, the unstoppable force.
Oh, crap.
Kill them.
Wouldn't do that if I were you. They're afraid of me.
You have more in common with us than with them, demon.
Excuse me. Make the choice. You woke up the baby.